The story of humanity begins long before the rise of civilizations, before writing, cities, or kingdoms existed. This is the age of prehistory, a time when humans first walked the earth, discovered fire, created tools, and began the journey that would shape the world we live in today. Prehistory is not just a single period, but a vast span of time stretching millions of years. It is divided into key eras that help us understand human development: the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods. Each era represents a leap in knowledge, survival, and creativity, and every discovery brought humans one step closer to building the complex societies that would eventually dominate the earth. The Paleolithic era, or Old Stone Age, marks the dawn of humanity. This was a time when humans were primarily hunters and gatherers, moving across vast landscapes in search of food. Early humans relied on their intelligence, cooperation, and observation to survive in a harsh, unpredictable world. They developed simple stone tools, discovered fire, and began to understand the rhythms of nature, the seasons, animal migrations, and the cycles of life and death. As we move forward in time, we enter the Mesolithic era, the Middle Stone Age. This period was a bridge between the nomadic lifestyles of early hunters and the settled communities that would emerge later. Humans refined their tools, invented bows and arrows, and began fishing and domesticating some animals. Seasonal prehistoric camps turned into more permanent settlements, and humans started forming the foundations of society, experimenting with new ways to live together. Then came the Neolithic era, or New Stone Age, a time that changed everything. Humans learned to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, transforming from wandering hunters to settled farmers. Villages began to appear, trade networks developed, and the first signs of organized religion and ritual emerged. This era laid the groundwork for the rise of the first civilizations where writing, governance, and monumental architecture would eventually flourish. But what makes prehistory so fascinating is that these people, though primitive by modern standards, were innovators, artists, and thinkers. They left behind traces of their existence in stone tools, cave paintings, carvings, and early burial sites. Sites like the Lascaux Caves in France or the ancient settlement of Ketoyuk in modern-day Turkey reveal a complex and creative society full of intelligence and expression. Long before history was written down, prehistory also tells us about adaptation and survival. Early humans faced challenges that were unlike anything we experience today, from dramatic climate changes to encounters with no extinct megafauna like mammoths and saber-toothed cats. Each challenge required ingenuity and cooperation, and over thousands of years, humans evolved not just biologically, but culturally and socially. Our ability to innovate, communicate, and learn from one another is what allowed humanity to thrive, even in the harshest conditions. One of the most remarkable aspects of prehistory is the timeline itself. While modern humans have existed for roughly 300,000 years, civilization as we know it is only about 6,000 years old. That means humans spent the vast majority of their existence in this prehistoric era, shaping skills, culture, and survival strategies that would form the foundation of every civilization to come. From crafting tools to creating art, from controlling fire to developing language, every step was a vital part of the journey toward the complex societies we know today. And while we may never know every detail of prehistoric life, archaeologists, anthropologists, and historians have pieced together a compelling story from bones, artifacts, and ancient remains. Every discovery helps us understand how humans lived, survived, and evolved. Each tool, cave painting, or ancient settlement tells a story of resilience, ingenuity, and creativity, a story that belongs to all of humanity. In the coming videos, we will explore each of these eras in more detail, diving deep into the lives of early humans, the challenges they faced, and the incredible innovations they created. From the first hunters to the first farmers, from the oldest cave art to the earliest settlements, we will uncover the remarkable journey of our ancestors in prehistory. So join us as we step back in time, thousands and even millions of years, to a world before written history, where humans took the first steps on a journey that would ultimately lead to us, modern civilization. Welcome to the age of prehistory,